Okay, we had a Red Baron the other night instead
Wow.
of a Freshetta.
I'm so sorry.
I don't want to get into sponsorship issues here, but it was actually pretty good.
What?
Yeah.
Just like the regular, because those are like a thin crust, right?
Yeah, and I'm not normally a thin crust guy, but it wasn't bad.
Wow.
I think I still prefer a Freshetta, but it was a nice change of pace.
Rachel went and got a Freshetta just for me to be cooking in the background because I'm like right next to the oven, just for like the SpawnCon.
That's what you gotta do, you know? You gotta make that effort.
John Wall, Russell Westbrook trade?
Yeah, I don't.
What do I do with
It's
that?
kind of like, yeah, it's like, I read it this morning. It was just kind of like, I audibly just went, okay. Like, did anyone win there?
Bye?
It was just kind of like how about I trade you my overrated arrogant guy for your overrated arrogant guy, and we'll see if they work in different cities. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're considered like two of the, 3 worst contracts in the league. John Wall is getting paid like $40 million a year for the next 3 years. He hasn't played in 2 years.
Yeah, I don't get it from Houston's end. Yeah, so you're right. I think if anything, Washington won.
Yeah, they got the better player.
Just because they got the better player, and they probably got. I don't think Russ's contract is quite as bad, is it?
I think it's pretty close. It's just not as bad because he's better, you know?
Right, and he's healthy, presumably.
Relatively.
The worst one is Chris Paul's, right?
I think the Wall contract is like longer. Some people will tell you that the Klay Thompson contract is looking really bad.
Yeah.
With the torn Achilles.
Which that one is just kind of, I mean, you know, you rolled your dice there. Like, you don't expect a guy to tear his Achilles right after the contract, but that one probably will look bad the longer it gets drawn out. I think the Chris Paul one is supposed to be really bad too. I don't know the numbers on that. Yeah,
I think it's just like 1 year less than the Russ and John Wall ones, so it's just over a little sooner.
Dude, I really thought Gordon Hayward was coming to Indy.
I know, yeah. They don't like Miles Turner, I guess.
Shams got me.
It was a sham.
It was. I was almost as excited just to see Miles Turner go.
Wow.
Like, I kind of wish we would have just traded Miles, even like if we didn't get Gordon.
The Miles slander.
Yeah, I've tried. Hear me out. I've truly tried to give that guy a fighting fans chance, and he lets me down every time.
Wow.
I've had enough.
He seems like a good guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with him as a guy. I think he's a locker room fit. He's a good dude. Mm-hmm. But he's just not. I don't know. I think he's hit his ceiling.
Here's what you do. Coach Nate 2.0. Bjork Grin coaches him up. He's shooting 40% from 3. Right? He fits in the scheme really well.
Yeah.
Then you trade him at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I like that.
Got to juice that value.
Yeah, because he's on a good contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
So, he would be pretty valuable if that were the case. Mm-hmm. I'm just a Domas Sabonis guy. Like, I would, I don't know. I just like him.
I do. I really like Sabonis. I mean, I grew up watching his dad.
Yeah. I had heard of his dad. I'd never watched his dad. But
some Arvidas action? Oh, yeah. Hello and welcome to another episode of A Muggle's Perspective. My name is Rogge. I'm going to be your host today. I am joined by my friend Braden. Braden, how the heck are you?
Hey, I'm here. I'm doing well. I'm ready to ready to watch you eat some bruschetta pizza and talk about some Harry Potter.
That's all we can ask in 2020, is it not?
Yeah. That is, yeah. If it wasn't for bruschetta,
Yeah.
It's a scary thought to think where we'd be.
Bruschetta. The last thing keeping me holding on. That's their new slogan.
Bruschetta, when the alcohol isn't working.
Wow. Did the old rack transfer. Don't want to get the bottom too crisp.
It takes a certain level of skill and expertise, so you did that in good time.
Did you hear the oven door slam?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Could you see my face?
I didn't, no.
Oh, okay, I could see yours, so that made it all worth it. So this is a Harry Potter / frozen pizza podcast. We like to go through, just different brands, different flavors, and different chapters, and so to discuss, where we're at with them. Like to rate them by texture, mouthfeel, flavor, value, relative to price. Crust for sure. You Brooklyn Nine-Nine guy?
I've seen bits and pieces. I've never really committed. I've been told by quite a few friends I should.
That's good. There's just an episode where one of the characters runs like a super annoying like food blog, but it's New York pizza specific. He's like, well, this place has the 23rd ranked sauce, but like
so
the
it's
14th ranked
Sports.
crust. Yeah. If I don't know, is Barstool Sports just really annoying? Yeah, that's true. Then yes.
Well, it's yes, but also Barstool is they have the Dave Portnoy does the pizza review, right? Whatever that's called.
I don't know.
Oh, it's popular.
I know my interaction with the whole Barstool thing online has just been like, okay, I'm out. I'm just gonna check out of all of that.
It's for a certain audience. I don't frequent it. There for a while, I did listen to Pardon My Take.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really much anymore. I do think PFT commenter that is like the co-host of Pardon My Take. I think that guy's hilarious. I think he has found a niche, and his whole persona is just like this. It's just like he is a living piece of satire. I don't know. He's funny. But I don't really consume a lot of it. Like, it's all very bro culture. I'm not really into it.
Yeah. That's part of what turned me off, was just people being like, yeah, these are not good dudes, or like running a company like in an ethical way and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just check out of that. Not that Bill Simmons is doing the world's best job.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty tough to run a journalism media type company in today's culture and not screw up somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which leads us nicely to chapter 12, Harry Potter and
There you go.
Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows. Anything to transition if you just say which leads us nicely to, right?
And speaking of whatever you were talking about, and then just transition.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of bruschetta pizza, can we talk about the steak and kidney pie the creature's throwing down in chapter 12 of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows?
I don't know much about kidney, but I could do a steak pie.
You take a pie.
Uh-huh.
You put in the steak.
Yep.
Step 3, profit.
What kind of pie are we talking about?
I think it's got to be like a crusted, like savory pot pie kind of situation.
Right. Right.
I don't know that there's that amount of gravy.
So like a chicken pot pie, but a steak pot pie, and maybe you've got some kidney in there.
I've watched like 3 episodes of Great British Baking Show. They did a steak or like a meat pie on one, and it was not a pot pie. It was wall to wall chopped meat.
Really?
Yeah,
Isn't that like an Irish thing too?
probably.
Yeah. I feel like that's a dish at Nine Irish Brothers.
It's
some kind of meat
food.
pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
that would ride heavy. That'd be a miserable night after eating that.
That would ride heavy.
Yeah.
Creatures, I mean, that actually really does get me to my first question. Do we trust Creature?
I feel like we're being led to.
He's cooking. He's cleaning.
The whole tone has changed with Creature. We probably shouldn't trust him. I mean, he was really evil for a really long time.
Yeah. He was pretty racist.
Yeah.
Like last chapter, he was like, no, I won't talk to you because you're a mudblood.
Yeah. People can change. And I would assume House Elves can too.
Yeah.
But maybe we need to pump the brakes a little bit.
We don't want to get caught up in like a milkshake duck situation where we're like, yeah, Creature. And then it's like, I have to apologize for the actions of my friend Creature.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to be in that situation. Which, given what transpires in the next few chapters, we may not ever have the chance. So. Yeah,
there's a lot of transpiring. A lot of events.
A lot of transpiration.
There's a lot of transpiration. It transpires that I'm going to go get the pizza out of the oven.
TV timeout.
Yeah, so you just want to...
This break is brought to you by Freshetta.
Yeah, just go with that. Kind of while I'm up.
Okay. Listeners, did you have a hard day at work? Do you hate your boss? Does your job make you want to pull your eyeballs from your own skull and throw them out the window? Why don't you come on home and drown all your sorrows in a warm, cheesy Freshetta pizza? Thick and thin, there's something for all. Crust is no issue here. Pepperoni, sausage, there's a supreme option. Find them in any of your local grocer aisles. We prefer Kroger's, aka the Krogs. I don't know what's in Warsaw. I would assume there's a Kroger. Stop on by and get yourself a Freshetta today. Do a live play-by-play of Rogge, and he closes the oven. He seems to be satisfied. Reaching for a pizza cutter here, and he stumbles across the kitchen. Looks as though he may as well be on his way back to the microphone. Puts on the headphones.
Do I let it rest?
Yeah, you want to let it breathe for about a minute. That's standard Freshette procedure. Yeah.
Standard Freshette Pro.
Yeah, it's the same as if you had like a fine bourbon. You don't want to just like sip it as soon as you pour it in the glass, right? You want to let it breathe for a minute. You want to let it aerate. Same with a Freshetta pizza.
I know that's the case if you cook like a turkey or a duck, or even like a good steak. You tent in some foil and stuff before you just slice into it.
I didn't know that with steak. I didn't know that. So we've all learned something. So while you were gone, I did a variation of a Freshetta ad that I think will be useful once we get sponsorship. And then started in on some British play-by-play of you taking the pizza out of the oven. Didn't get super far, but...
Did you catch the move where I broke down the box and I'm using that as the cutting board so I don't have to wash the cutting board?
I was late to that. I was still mid-ad. Would have loved to have caught that as if I was play-by-playing a Premier League match, but didn't quite get there.
Well, that's okay. So we... Right now, it's kind of an against our better judgment situation with Creature.
Yep.
We're worried that it's going to come back to bite us, but we're being led to like him, kind of.
Classic JKR move.
Another question I had here. Okay, so Snape is the new headmaster at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Why Snape? I don't like to ask just like, what are your thoughts? I guess my question is, what does that change about life at Hogwarts? What's Hogwarts going to be like with Snape in charge?
I think, like, the first thing that came to mind, you won't have the same kind of celebratory attitude. Like, I'm thinking about, like, when the new first years come in and there's, like, the really neat feast and they do the Sorting Hat stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't really see Snape getting into that.
You mean he's not going to stand up at the front and be like, Nitwint, Blubber, Oddment, Tweak?
No, we won't have any. Well, I don't think there'll be a whole lot of fun, period. I think it'll be really dark and dingy and no smiling. Just like an all business school, you know?
So basically like a North Montgomery kind of situation.
You've got it right on the dark and dingy. It's a pretty dingy school.
Nice field house.
It's not bad. Hey, I'm trying to record a podcast.
Sorry, listeners. I know you can't see. Hannah, it just like keeps like rubbing up against Braden, like kind of trying to nuzzle at him, get him to play. So it looks like he's trying to placate her with like a pig ear.
Her collar's super loud. I'm sorry. It's jingling everywhere.
Yikes. Save that for the After Dark pod, Braden. Goodness gracious.
I knew you were going there. No, this little fluffy ball of white poof is Cooper, and he is desperate for attention. What's new?
Yeah, I mean, like, you haven't been petting him, so really it's on you.
He's in a very chewy mood tonight.
My next question about Chapter 12, this is sort of broad, and I'd like if you can speak to all of Chapter 12 in general. Is this a good plan? Are they doing a good job of planning to infiltrate the Ministry?
I think they're doing the best with what they've got, right? Like, if you step back and think about this entire... I don't know, listening to these chapters, there were a couple different times where I was just kind of able to, like, take the 30,000 foot view and think about, like, they are just, like, I'm sorry. He's so rude. They're, like, just heading out into total unknown, trying to find a bunch of Horcruxes.
Yeah, especially here in a couple chapters, you really get that sense of, I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. It's so different from school where it's like, okay, I go to potions class next. No one's telling you what the next step is.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't want to be too harsh on them for their planning because it's just kind of like, what are you supposed to do? It's not like Dumbledore left them like a detailed list. They've got a pretty good idea on one of the missing Horcruxes in this locket, and past that, it's just like, well, hopefully we can put our heads together and come up with something.
Yeah, maybe go dig in the dirt next to an apartment building for some reason, or just kind of search the country of Albania.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's not even like, okay, it's probably somewhere in Hogwarts. Let's split up. You know, this could be Europe. Yeah. Like, I mean, it seems pretty hopeless right now.
Yeah, it's just going to get worse from here.
It also makes me feel like I thought pretty frequently, especially in the last couple of chapters, like, there's no way we have enough time left in this book for them to find all of them.
So you think I've been lying to you about how many books are in the series? Or that Harry's just going to lose?
Like, I don't know. It made me feel like it's going to end kind of where you don't really know.
Mm.
Like Voldemort vanishes again, and there's like probably still a couple Horcruxes out there. I
Is
don't
that
know.
why you asked me how many chapters are in this book? You're like, we're on chapter 15 out of 36? There's just no way.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's enough time to find the rest of them and destroy them. Like, that's the thing. They could find all of them tomorrow. They don't know how to destroy them.
And you wouldn't even, if I told you last book that they're on chapter 17, they've got all the Horcruxes, you're like, yes, my squad, let's go. And now you're like, well, duh. They don't know how to destroy them. Why didn't we think about that?
Right. Right. So, like, it's one thing to have them all, but what do you do with them? So,
What would you do with a Horcrux?
how would I destroy it?
Yeah.
First, I think I would honestly try to burn it to start with.
Just toss it in a fire. Like a Mount Doom situation.
See where I got with fire. See what kind of material we're working with here. And then if it won't burn,
you drown it. You go the opposite.
Yeah. Fire doesn't work. Obviously, we try water.
Just hold it underwater.
Talk! Do you think that Harry... Here's a question for you. Do you think Mr. Weasley owns a Muggle firearm?
If he does, it can only be described as a blunderbuss. It's got like a big ol' Elmer Fudd like bell.
It's a musket.
The end of it. Yeah. And he's like, oh, check it out you shove this powder into it, and he loves it.
Because that could be a fun twist. You know, Ron's kind of like, well, you know, my dad has this one thing that I've seen him fire before, and it makes stuff blow up. Like, what if we just pointed this at it and blow it up?
And Harry and Hermione are like, a gun? That's you describing a gun, Ron? What?
You're right. I guess they probably do know what guns are. Do guns get used in the wizarding world?
I can't think of any examples that we've seen so far of a gun.
I can't either.
They've got wands.
Yeah. Who needs bullets when you've got magic?
What if you like tried to pour acid onto it, or like dump it in a vat of like something corrosive?
That's a good idea. What if you fed it to a bear?
Yeah, you could feed it to a bear.
What if you threw it on the road in front of an oncoming semi?
Are there semis in the Wizarding world?
I mean, logistics are still a thing, right? You got to get your wands to the stores.
To both of the wand stores.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you have some coop time here. Ow, frick!
No. No.
I don't know about you. I often just go for the quarter when I'm dealing with a Freshetta.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why am I eighthing this? Let's not pretend.
Yeah. They're not very big.
No, it could be bigger. If I had one complaint. Okay, so that's pretty much where we are. Anything else on chapter 12?
I think we've covered it.
We get into the ministry. This is sort of I think it was last week. You were saying, man, how cool would it be to do an Ocean's 11 or an Italian job?
Yes.
In the wizarding world, and that's kind of what this is.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, this is
what
one
you'd
of those.
Expected?
Yeah, I expected more reliance on the invisibility cloak, but I like the whole polyjuice potion thing. I think polyjuice potion is another underused tool that we have as the quad squad.
Yeah, I mean, you raise a good point. Even if they could have impersonated 2 people. Is it just too tough to navigate around in an invisibility cloak? There's too many people. Why not just put one of the 3 people under it?
I don't know, Rogge. We could spend a whole nother episode again talking about the misuse of the invisibility cloak. That beef has been beefed. We know where I stand.
We've beefed it before.
Yeah, it's been beefed.
So they impersonate 3 people. They get into the ministry, and when this chapter ends, let me see. Oh, Umbridge is getting on to the elevator right when Hermione does. Were you surprised by this?
And that Umbridge was on the elevator?
Yeah, that we ran into Umbridge that directly.
No, because I figured when we got a glimpse of her last time, I kind of figured we would, if she's alive and thriving within this new regime at Hogwarts, I'm sure she makes herself visible and known all over that place. She's not short on pride and arrogance.
Well, she's just pivoted to being actively racist.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's been fascinating is how hard this series ends up leaning into that kind of like mudblood, pureblood racism thing.
Yeah, up until even fairly recently, you didn't realize how central it was.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say is like it was an issue and we saw it revealed in more and more like of the evil characters, but it wasn't like the central, like, I would argue that's like kind of what the Death Eater's whole mantra hinges on, right? Like, don't want any mudbloods out there.
Yeah, at a certain point, for Voldemort, it almost even transcends like the day-to-day racism where he's just like, well, this is about me and like my power.
Right.
And that's what he uses to draw people in. Because there's people that are just like, yeah, sure, like I'm racist.
Yeah.
But like what, because that's what racism is wanting to feel like you're better than someone through nothing you did.
Right.
Just wanting to feel inherently superior.
Right. And I do think the groups that you would see, like, something like the KKK in our world, right? Like a lot of the people that would be in that are attracted to being a part of something that feels powerful, right? Whether that's by means of evil or, they kind of get brainwashed into this idea of like, I'm speaking like I know or something. I can't wrap my mind around why anyone would do that, but you would think that there's some kind of like weird attraction to this false sense of power.
Yeah, I think that's, I mean, just, as you study history in any regime, especially that's based on like the fear and racism and aspects and those kinds of things, like that's what it comes down to. I mean,
Yeah.
you peel anything back far enough and it gets down to what, like pride, money, and power. I mean, those are the
Yeah.
three things, and in some ways, those are all the same thing. Sometimes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so this is one of those fun examples of you flip the page and you change chapters, but you're still in the middle of the same story. I do have a couple of do we cares. Do we care about the toilets? That's how you flush yourself into the ministry.
No, I kind of saw it as just like a metaphor of what the ministry's become. How's that pizza? Sounds good.
It's good. I'm on the crust. I do a thing where you take a bite but you put a little water in there with it, and it just really rehydrates the whole thing.
I would
know.
never do that to a
That's
bite
not
of
your
crust.
move?
No.
I will usually
man.
do it to crust.
I feel like you're kind of slapping the crust in the face.
It gets a little dry if I'm just eating bread at that point, unless
Yeah.
it's like a nice deep dish. I mean, or of course your classic stuffed crust.
Mm-hmm.
Do we care about the racism statue in the middle of the foyer of the ministry? It's like a witch and a wizard sitting on a whole pillar of skulls and bones of muggles and stuff.
That's not always been there, right? That just got recently moved in there. Yeah. Yeah, we care about that. I mean, that's Snape's administration personified or embodied in a statue. Like that's and like full Dumbledore would turn over in his grave knowing that was in Hogwarts.
So this is in the ministry still.
Or yeah, I'm sorry, ministry. Yeah.
No, you're good. I knew what you meant. Chapter 13, the Muggle-Born Registration Commission, beginning on page 246 if you're following along. My question, there's a lot. There's a lot of events that happen in this chapter, right? We can follow Harry down every corridor if we want to. Can we still be surprised as you're listening along and you hear the new depths to which Umbridge or Thickness or whoever in the ministry is going to from like a racism shock perspective? Can you be shocked still, or are we post surprise? I mean, just so I can run the things by you, I'm talking about the pamphlets that are like, this shows mudbloods and the dangers they pose to a peaceful pureblood society, or her stealing Moody's eye and sticking it in her door. The interrogations, the Dementors. Are we numb to this yet, or are we still surprised?
The pamphlets bothered me. The pamphlets and then the interrogation scene was just kind of like, Umbridge is evil, and we hated her through the entire whatever number book that was. 5. But I guess your question, can I still be shocked? No, but I can still feel the same, like you feel the same rage that Harry does, like watching this happen. And it was actually really satisfying when he stupefies her. I was like waiting on that. So
It's not really a do we care, I mean, it's a much bigger do we care. As you're going through these chapters, how much did you find yourself invested in the Ron has a wife, so he needs to get this office dry for his wife storyline? That culminates with Ron being mistaken for Mary Cattermole's wife, and then the real Reg Cattermole walks up in his underwear.
I guess I wasn't that. I didn't really follow what was going on with that. So as I told Rogge before we started, I listened to chapters 12 and 13 this morning and was a little unexpectedly distracted at work during the time I was actually going to listen to it. So there's some of the details are a little fuzzy. So what should I be grasping from that?
No, I mean, I just kind of wondered if that was something that it's not the storyline from these chapters that jumps out to me, so I didn't know how invested you were in it. The guy that Ron's impersonating, his wife is the lady that Umbridge is interrogating when Harry and Hermione are down there.
Mm-hmm.
And so Ron spends this whole chapter running up and down to like Yaxley's office to trying to stop it from raining in there. And you want to just be like, dude, just go and deal with what you need to deal with. And you'll save her. You're not going to save her by doing what the bad guy says to do. You're going to save her by defeating him.
Right.
By going down and helping your squad.
Yeah, multitasking is never truly multitasking.
No, let's not split up. Especially Ron. You send Hermione off to go put out a fire, metaphorically speaking. Okay. You're going to send Ron off? He's got to come back. He's got questions.
He wants food. He gets hungry.
Yeah, he's hungies.
Yeah.
So it seems like he's better served. He can be helpful if he's here with you. You got another body. That just seems like it's going to be the better use of Ron.
Yeah. Ron just, unfortunately, does not have the same skill set.
He has a skill set.
He has a skill set. I don't really know how to describe it. I would have said loyalty before.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a solid sidekick. Like he can be instructed to do things, but you don't always want him coming up on the fly and like improvising.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of independence to his skill set. It's kind of, like you said, sidekick.
Remember when he was really good at chess for one book?
That was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
That was a weird circumstance where that was really helpful.
Where'd that come from? Like, where'd it go?
His chess skills?
The tactical nature of, like, Ron as chess master.
Too many butterbeers at school, and, he just kind of has become a vegetable.
Brain cells, yeah.
Yeah.
Was there any point during this or the last chapter when you thought that the trio was going to be caught, taken to jail, and we're going to go into a jailbreak situation?
When Harry did fire the spell at Umbridge, and I think it was Yaxley that then saw his hand coming out of the invisibility cloak. There was definitely, like, especially with all the Dementors around, it was hard to see how they were going to get out of that one.
So you did let yourself think they could be caught, and then the story's going to have to go in a different direction slightly.
Well, it was more just like, is this where Voldemort finds them? Is this where like, it's too early to have the final battle, but Is there going to be some kind of standoff within the ministry here?
Just a 20-chapter final battle.
It'd be epic.
Are we concerned with what's going to happen to these other Muggle-borns that they kind of set free? They're like, who's got wands? Okay, go leave the country, take your kids. Like, are they going to make it in your mind?
Yeah, I don't have real high hopes.
Why not?
That they will. I feel like that's a huge effort of the Muggle or the Death Eaters right now, is to just kind of like constantly watching. They've got people everywhere right now, and so to just send somebody off trying to basically hide and dodge their way out of the country doesn't seem like it's real promising.
Just logistically, it's going to be too difficult. Not that they're incapable. It's just a big ask.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Do we care? I'm not sure where exactly in the timeline this is going to fit in. Do we care about Grigorovich being murdered? The people, Voldemort, like, murdered some people who live in Grigorovich's old house. Harry keeps having these flashbacks. Do we care about them?
Yeah, because it seems like Harry's drawing from his dreams that Voldemort may not actually want Grigorovich to make him a wand like he would have thought. Seems like he's got something else that Voldemort wants.
Like what?
He has potentially one of Voldemort's other Horcruxes that he wants to protect. Make sure he can re-hide it or something.
So he was at one time a Voldemort supporter.
Okay.
Is what you're saying. That Voldemort entrusted with one of his Horcruxes.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we've got a Regulus situation where he took the Horcrux and ran, and Voldemort's trying to track him back down, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Voldemort's probably running through his Rolodex of old supporters and kind of trying to rally the troops and make sure he knows where all his Horcruxes are left.
Because it seems like even while he's abroad, England is in good hands. I mean, he's not the day-to-day prime minister where he has to be dealing with every single thing.
Right.
And so this gives him time to kind of consolidate the edges of his power, stuff that happened 50 years ago, maybe.
Right.
Okay.
Which I was thinking about this. So, a Horcrux is established upon the act of murdering someone. Is that correct?
You murder someone.
Yeah.
You chew the crust. Just murdering Jeremy. You murder someone, that makes your soul splittable. That's when your soul is at its most divided. Then you use that to cast another spell that does the splitting and the Horcrux creating. So it's not like every time you kill, a Horcrux is created. It's just it's just what you have to do in order to make it possible.
Yeah. So, what was the Horcrux? What Horcrux was created when he killed Harry's parents?
So you're assuming that he was planning on creating a Horcrux when he killed Harry's parents?
He would have been well into like the routine of doing that by then, right?
He would
That wasn't
have.
his first murder.
No, it was in a lot of ways his last murder. I mean, for over a
Right.
decade.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, he would have already had, canonically, he for sure would have had several Horcruxes. I mean, he made his first one when he was like 16.
Right.
So your thought is that kind of that would have been his capstone Horcrux, like his 7th one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess his 6th one, because there's still a piece inside of him to make 7 total pieces. So then what's your question? What would that have been?
I think it's got something to do with Harry's scar.
Go on.
Like Harry would have been the baby there.
Harry
What
was a
happened?
baby.
And why does Harry have that scar? And why does it get hot and hurt really
Bothered.
bad and glow whenever Voldemort's killing someone else? Like, I think I'm onto something there.
So if you were to make like a concrete statement relating to
Yeah.
that, like based on those me surmising this, I know that Voldemort turned Wormtail into a Horcrux.
Can you turn a living thing into a Horcrux is what I really want to ask.
Well, Dumbledore theorized to Harry in the 6th book. I mean, I don't have it on me. We can go back and look at it. He thinks that one of the Horcruxes is Nagini the snake.
So an animal could be.
That's what Dumbledore thinks. Yes, Dumbledore's like, you can. I don't know why you'd want to. That's a pretty risky move. Having a piece of your soul that can get up and walk around.
So what I'm driving at here is, let's say that he made Harry and baby Harry into a Horcrux.
Okay, so why would he do that?
I'm on the fly processing this. Because then, I feel like that would explain why in the chances he's had so far where he could have just probably murdered Harry, he didn't.
He tried. I mean, there's spells that connected in the 4th book, right? That's the whole wand thing.
But do we know that he was trying to murder him or just incapacitate him?
I think he cast the killing curse in
Did
the
he?
graveyard there. I think so. He says, I want you to look me in the eyes while I kill you.
Okay.
He tells
so
his Death Eater's just trying to kill him.
if Harry was the Horcrux and Voldemort did kill him, like what effect would that have?
It would mean he would have one less Horcrux.
Would it like effectively kill a part of himself? Because it's like he split his soul into Harry.
Yeah, a part of his soul would no longer be living inside of Harry. That part of his soul would then be dead.
But it wouldn't necessarily kill like it wouldn't be suicide on Voldemort's part.
Correct, because he still has other Horcruxes. Even if all of the Horcruxes get destroyed, your ring, your locket, your book, your whatever else, you've got to then kill the Voldemort because there's still a piece of soul that's left in him. So if he's got Harry, who's his biggest rival, the rallying, pull of every anti-Voldemort person who we've assumed he's wanted dead for like political and like obvious like hatred reasons, why would he tie part of his own survival to Harry's survival? Unless for some kind of reason that we can't yet hypothesize.
Yeah. Because then, so let's say Harry is the Horcrux and he kills Voldemort.
Okay.
He destroys all the other Horcruxes and in the end kills Voldemort.
Then Voldemort's going to survive because Harry's still alive.
That's what I'm saying. And so maybe that's the master plan, right? Because then he can truly never die.
who's going to kill
He
Harry
is-
Potter, you know? If not him.
Right.
Wow. It's
So-
like a one step ahead. Well, because the prophecy says neither can live while the other survives. And he's like, joke's on you. Can't
Yeah.
die either as long as you survive.
The final scene of this book is Voldemort just hysterically laughing as he dies.
Yeah.
And Harry's like, what is it? Why is this funny? This isn't funny.
You thought.
Yeah. Gotcha. And then he dies.
And then he's like, now I got to go into somebody's head. Then I got to become a memory again. This is going to take 7 more years. Just starting all over.
Yeah. Conspiracy.
Interesting theory. Do I have a conspiracy button? It's pretty
Should I do my Alex
conspiratorial.
Jones voice?
You have an Alex Jones voice?
I'm just saying, like, we're talking conspiracy, so.
Yeah.
What if Harry is the Horcrux?
I know who Alex Jones
Voldemort is an alien.
I've never listened to him enough to know. I believe that's what he sounds like.
I've just heard people make fun of him, and
Did
everyone does that voice the exact same way. No one has like a unique impression. It's always, oh, that's probably what Alex Jones thinks, and then they start talking like this.
Can you give me this theory in your Stephen A. Smith voice?
Man, I feel like you've got to be in a special mood to channel Stephen A. Smith. Like, it's not one of those you can just kind of halfway. I mean, he's such an all-in guy.
He is.
I don't know.
My favorite Stephen A. Smith quotes are when he's like, "Who is a very good friend of mine."
So everything he ever says about anyone.
Also the phrase, "and things of that nature."
I just like when he talks about the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Like if they lose on Sunday, whatever, he just ties whatever he's thinking to the Dallas Cowboys losing and then just starts laughing hysterically.
Yeah. What's the one where he goes, "and he was on crack"? It's like someone lost to, I'm trying to think of like an athlete that was on crack.
I don't know. Has he always been this over the top, or do you think like as of late he's just really leaned into like, okay, I've kind of created like a persona amongst like sportscasters and journalists that like I've created this reputation and it's kind of what's gotten my name to where it is, so I'm just gonna lean all the way into it. Or do you think he truly is that like just flamboyant and
I would
loud?
assume that he knows what he needs to do and he knows where his bread's buttered. Even just recently, there are sports personalities who are like really thorough and like thoughtful people who I really respect, who are like, man, you've got to respect Stephen A. I mean, the amount of content that he can just put out on his own, he can go into a 4-hour radio show. It's like the Colin Cowherd thing. You can disagree with what Colin Cowherd says. I mean, that's totally fine. You know, the facts are neither here nor there. But the ability to do that, to like just carry a radio program by yourself for 4 hours. And so the ability to, like, everyone knows who Stephen A. is, you know? He, like, making yourself into that big of a personality is a feat. But I think I think he was a journalist. I think he came up through newspapers and stuff.
He wrote for like the Philadelphia, whatever the major.
The Inquirer.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's your sports talk, listeners.
Full disclosure, you asked at the very beginning, you were like, "Are we recording?" And I said no. As I did that, I hit the record button and you said, "We had a Red Baron last night." So there was some sports talk in the beginning that made the cut. I don't know if it's going to be a stinger or what.
Yeah.
So we could get some sports talk in.
Well, I don't feel bad about it. You know, the sponsorship money hasn't come through from Freshetta, and so I'm allowing for competition.
Got to play hard to get. I think I told you this, Braden. We are planning on having a guest join us this evening. So I'm going to kind of reach out and see if and when that guest is going to be ready to join us. But until that point, let's do something we haven't done in a minute. See if we can get a howl going here. Oh no, you misunderstand Google Voice. No, I want to. So I got a new phone. This is my first time logging in, and I accidentally. No, I don't want to. I want to log in as a Muggle's perspective.
What kind of phone did you get?
I got an iPhone 11. I like to skip a generation and get a little newer, you know? Because I was on an 8. And so I don't feel it's necessary to go to the very newest thing.
I don't either.
Spend that kind of money. Okay, let's see what we
Hey,
got
it's your
here.
boy Joel. Hufflepuff Puff Pass representing. I just wanted to chime in on chicken wings. Here in Northeast Ohio, we got a lot of options as far as franchises go. More than B-dubs. We got Winking Lizard. We got Wing Warehouse in particular. I like to go with a dry rub on bone-in wings as they're wetter with a side of usually hot garlic boneless wings. The best part is after I'm done with the boneless, I often dip the remaining bone-in into the sauce. You guys might like a YouTube series called Hot Ones, in which big-time celebs are interviewed whilst eating progressively spicier wings. All right, that's all. Keep having fun, guys.
Joel? Did you know that? Do you know a Joel? He's from Northeast Ohio.
I don't know Joel, but thanks for calling in, Joel.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
That's good.
We're the Wings podcast now. That's our legacy.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So he goes with the dry rub on the bone in.
Yeah.
And then gets a side of boneless with like a hot garlic.
Yeah. I like that. I like some diversity to it. I could get into that.
What I appreciate about that is your diversity in textures. Right?
Sure.
Like I think I'm gonna prefer the flavor of a bone in, but I like to go back and forth like to something else and like it has a different bite, you know, to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean it's why you have it's why you have fries.
Yeah. This may be a nice alternative solution though that we've been looking for.
It's just why not both?
Why not both?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Like I think a bone like obviously I'm pro bone in, but I think a boneless wing is a better option than getting like the weird hot dog they have on the menu.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to like pay for a hot dog. It's like $4 for like a pack of like good hot dogs at the store.
There used to be a bar on Purdue's campus that after a certain time at night, their kitchen would give out free hot dogs and free popcorn.
Like
Yeah.
Like a middle school concession stand in the fourth quarter
like
of a
that.
football game.
Exactly like that. Same quality.
So they'd walk around with like the bags of popcorn in the lid of a cardboard box.
No, not quite that. You got to go to the counter and ask for one, but
It's like a hidden menu.
it's kind of like a known thing. Like they don't advertise it.
Uh-huh.
You walked in there and you knew that Jake's had free hot dogs after a certain time.
It's like Jimmy John's day old bread.
Yeah, there you go. I think that place has since closed, but
When you're making your money off free hot dogs and popcorn, a pandemic's going to be tough. Because you're about packing the place. It's a quantity over quality.
yeah,
That's accurate.
not a great business plan, but
The Neon Cactus closed down. Is that right?
it did.
Mm-hmm.
It did. I'm still kind of in disbelief. I didn't ever go there real frequently. That wasn't really my thing, but it is. I mean, it's obviously a Purdue staple,
Mm-hmm.
so that was kind of crazy. I still don't believe that it's fully dead. I feel like some kind of rich alumni group will rally together and bring it back.
And it'll be like owned by one of the fraternities.
Yes. Yeah.
That makes sense. Let's get in one more. We've still got a few minutes to wait on our guest. Actually, that might be all of the howls themselves. We got a text message, a couple of text messages here. This is from Rachel. I recognize the phone number. This is from September 18th. So, a good 2.5 months ago. I would like BC as Lupin as well. So what do you think that means, Braden? I have a guess. What do you think it means?
I think, given the time frame, late September, mid to late September, she was already thinking about Halloween. She wanted me to be Lupin for Halloween.
BC, Braden Carpenter, you can go dressed half like a wizard, half as a werewolf. You're actively transforming. Or you could just dress like a poor wizard.
Yeah. With a really well kept mustache.
Yeah. I think my guess, I want yours to be right, but I think mine is right. I think BC stands for Benedict Cumberbatch. And that's who she would cast as Lupin.
I would want, man, amen. God bless her. Hannah and I just recently finished what is available on Netflix of BBC's Sherlock.
So I actually haven't watched the very last episode. I know. We need to watch it together. It's a flabbergasted situation.
I would do that tomorrow. Like I
need to rewatch season 4 or whatever, the first couple.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm biased because it's so fresh in my mind, but that's probably the best show I've ever watched.
It's excellent.
It's so freaking good.
It's not even fair to compare it totally to other shows when it's a series of short films.
Movies. Yeah. You're committing to watching a short movie every episode. But I say all this because after finishing that, it really frustrates me to no end that Benedict Cumberbatch wasn't in these movies somehow. I know he was probably still super young, but
sure,
somebody had to have stumbled upon his talent. And
he is such a distinctive face and characteristic that it's there's enough weirdness in Harry Potter you could slide him in somewhere. Yeah,
I know. I guess I don't know how old he would have been
just because of Benedict Cumberbatch. It's it makes me uncomfortable sometimes, how I feel about Benedict Cumberbatch. When Martin Freeman, when Watson is like, "Oh look, I'm Sherlock Holmes. I can cut glass with my cheekbones." You're like, you're not wrong about his cheekbones.
I have read so much rumor mill stuff about when they could potentially be bringing a season 5 to the masses.
What I like about this is that you're experiencing. We've all been there. I mean, I was into Sherlock after season 3. Season 3 was all out. And then I was like, all right, so this is a show. So when season 4 will be out next year. I text a big Sherlock fan, my buddy Robbie. Okay. And he was like, dude, it's like 2.5 years. You're going to be waiting forever. And then they came out with a Christmas episode. You know, the Christmas episode where Moriarty's back and he digs up he digs up a corpse and stuff. That came out and we were like, oh, it was an oasis. And then it was like, okay, the rest of the show is going to be another 14 months or something. So you're living this thing. Harry Potter fans, same thing. You're between and you're wanting the next one. All right. I don't know how often in your fandom of a TV show or movie or book series or something that you've gotten the waiting anticipation portion, but yeah, that's why I haven't watched the last episode. I don't want it to end.
I don't blame you because it was a crushing feeling when the last one ended. The last one's mind-blowing.
I bet.
But
we have to watch it together.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. So I guess since you've been a fan of that longer and have probably been through what I'm going through right now already, do I need to give up hope? Are they not are they done? Are they not bringing it back?
I I mean, for the last year, I haven't been like checking in on it super regularly.
Yeah.
Stranger Things helped with some of that. Like it was a kind of a different, similar kind of anthology thing to get into. I mean, it's such like a hit, and it's such a big part of Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman's careers. The BBC does, I mean, I'm sure insane numbers when it comes out, it seems like it would make sense. But you,
And
unlike me, you know how it ends. I don't know how the fourth season ends, if it's ready to go.
It doesn't end to where it couldn't keep going.
Okay.
There's a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I won't say a lot, but some pretty big ones.
Yeah.
And all the interviews I've been able to read with like Benedict Cumberbatch or Martin Freeman or is it Moffat? What's the guy's first name? That's like one of the co-producers. He plays. He plays Mycroft. He's one of the producers. But anyways, in all those interviews, they always, none of them have shut it down. Like,
why would
Benedict Cumberbatch? Yeah, he's like, I loved playing Sherlock. I would never close the door on more Sherlock. And I just wonder, like, now that it's been like a 3-year gap, 2-year gap.
It was two houses
is it longer
of
than
mine
that?
ago. It had to have come out no earlier. Wait, which one do I want to say? It was probably early 2017.
The end of 5 was, or the end of 4 was a.
Yeah, because it was before I moved to the last house, and we've since sold that and bought another house.
So we're moving into year 4 of gap.
Yeah.
That doesn't give me hope.
Because before, between 3 and 4, you could see, there were tidbits like, okay, it's on the horizon. I mean, it's going to be a while, but it is going to come eventually.
Yeah.
Now,
I think Cumberbatch got too famous. I think he's.
But this isn't like a small little thing. I mean, the BBC like is British television, like.
Sure, but I mean, he got famous globally, like with Doctor Strange, and he did The Imitation Game, and like really has his name out there now.
Yeah.
And once you do that, like it seems like there's this like pride thing that kicks in. Like I can't just keep being a one television show actor.
Yeah.
It's like the Steve Carell thing with The Office.
Yeah.
Like he didn't want to. Well,
he
I've
did
read
go back
both
to
sides of
Space
that.
Force eventually.
That's true. That's true.
So are you to the point where you're like, I need more Benedict Cumberbatch in my life? Like I'm gonna, like you're snorting, Doctor Strange and like, you're gonna go watch YouTube, The Hobbit.
The night we finished the last episode, I YouTube binged scenes from, that movie he did where he's Whitey Bulger's brother. Like Johnny Depp is like a drug kingpin.
Wow.
And he plays a guy, a Boston accented brother of Johnny Depp.
There's no way that goes.
Look it up on YouTube. It's weird. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
But
wow.
Yeah, but I haven't seen Doctor Strange yet.
Have you seen the Hobbit movies?
No, I didn't know if I should read that before I see those.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend. I mean, the book's a lot better than the movies in that case. That's like reading. I don't want you to think you're really diving into. Here we go, I'm reading a whole other thing. That's like reading the first Harry Potter book. I mean, it's a children's fantasy book. That has depth. I mean, it's a really well written one. When you think of Lord of the Rings books, you think of like a big thick thing. It's not that. I mean, I've read it in a day before, like I have Sorcerer's Stone. So, it's not a huge commitment. I would definitely recommend reading it. But there's something to be said for getting to enjoy the movies first and then reading it and being like, oh wow, this was so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all that to say, I would love to see Benedict Cumberbatch as Lupin.
Mm-hmm.
I would also love to see him as Snape. Or, gosh.
Okay, hear me out. It's a shot-for-shot remake of the Harry Potter series, but all the characters are played by Benedict Cumberbatch. All of the male characters.
No, I want him as Hermione too.
he's just like walking around on his knees, like to play the little short ones and stuff.
Honestly, now that we're on the subject, I would love a shot-for-shot remake of the Harry Potter movies, but they can only use the actors and actresses from Sherlock.
So it's Benedict Cumberbatch.
So
It's Martin Freeman as Ron, just being like, okay. And the dude,
and the girl that plays Molly Hooper is Hermione.
Yeah. Okay.
Or Ginny.
My guy that plays Moriarty, have you ever seen him in anything else?
No, I don't want to.
It's wild. He's in an episode of Black Mirror, and it's something. I was like, I'm uncomfortable.
Is his accent real?
I don't know. What is his accent?
It's the weirdest accent.
I couldn't tell you what it is. He's amazing as Moriarty. Makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'll burn the heart out of you.
You haven't seen the last episode.
Correct. That's correct.
So you haven't seen.
No. You can't.
I'm not going to give anything away.
You can't.
I'm not going to give anything away.
Here. Okay.
I'm not going to. I'm trying to confirm. You haven't seen him in a helicopter scene, right?
Moriarty or no, neither. The last episode I saw involved Sherlock is going to a therapist, maybe? Or Watson's going to a therapist. And then it turns out the therapist was someone else. Like it was Sherlock's sister. Something to do with Sherlock's sister. And it was like, what? And that was it. And it was like, Sherlock has a sister. And there's a dog in the last episode. I think there might be a dog. And like you can't put like a gorgeous golden retriever or like Irish setter or whatever that is in there with Benedict Cumberbatch and like
Redbeard.
I thought it was Redbone.
Redbeard.
Is it Redbeard? I'm gonna feel some kind of way about that. I can't.
Yeah,
I need to be in the right headspace for that.
I thought the same thing. Yeah. You'll be okay.
Okay.
It's. I'm not gonna say it turns out good, but it's not what you think.
Okay. It's not a freaking I Am Legend situation.
No.
Okay.
No.
John Wick.
But yeah, man, Sherlock's sister.
Something about Sherlock's sister. I'm gonna have to rewatch these. You're gonna have to come over. This summer, swim in the pool in the new house.
Yeah.
Okay, we should be. So that all just came from Rachel's text. So yeah, we should be getting a new guest soon.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
You
got him on the show.
What? I should get Rachel that for Christmas, like you get you that like a 2-minute cameo. Or what are those? What's it called? I don't remember what they're called. There's that website that like you can buy 5 minutes with a celebrity. It's like $200. You could do it with like Mike from Stranger Things. It's like FanMeo or something.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I saw it recently on his Instagram. Yeah, he and Dustin are both doing it.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I'm sure Benedict Cumberbatch is too big for that.
Maybe.
So we're looking at chapter 14, The Thief. And this is where things really start to change. I mean, we had the heist, we had like the boom, boom, boom. And it's much more emotionally hefty. Right? We're back inside the lives and minds of these characters.
Yeah.
You like
We've
that?
gotten back into the heft.
Yeah.
We've returned with some emotional heft.
Yeah. And literally the question I wrote is like, so what's next? Like, where do you see things going from here? Because like they get to the forest and now we're in a forest. What concrete steps are we taking?
Well, as Ron points out many times, the first steps are to make sure we're well nourished.
This is a big couple of chapters for like Ron eating hive. Like Ron talking about food.
Yeah, so we've got to figure out where the nearest bruschetta pizza is.
Mm-hmm. I think Ron specifically says that their next move has to take him within shouting distance of a bacon sandwich at one point.
Which, do they not call them BLTs in
There must
the
not.
UK, or is it literally just a bacon sandwich?
He says bacon sandwich.
Bacon Sammy.
Bacon sandwich, making bacon sandwich. So yeah, were you expecting a like road movie kind of situation like this where like now we're just out, just kind of doing it? We're tenting it up.
No, I was not. I was not expecting that we would have to. I mean, I think I'm kind of in the same place that Ron ends up at the end of 15, where it's like, hey man, I thought you had a plan.
You're siding with Ron here?
I'm not siding with Ron. I'm saying there were points reading this chapter where they're just wandering around trying to find food, where I'm like a little frustrated with Harry, but more frustrated with Dumbledore. Where it's like, how do we not have more direction than this?
I mean, that's life. Like, what do you think Dumbledore's been doing for the last 10 years? He's just been poking around, like, feeling the air to see if, like, it's known magic. It's tough stuff trying to track down a Horcrux.
Yeah. It's just kind of a hopeless feeling when there's multiple out there and you don't even know how to destroy the one you found.
And you're just starving.
Yeah. I appreciate that JKR wrote that into these chapters of like decision making and problem solving is so much harder when you're hungry. So the reality that came from that was very relatable.
Well, not only that, but then also the whole thing. I guess this is more the next chapter, but they keep wearing the locket. And like that's changing their mood.
Keeps dragging them down, making them pretty negative, pretty angry.
Is that how you would have assumed that would work?
Yeah, it wasn't like hard to imagine, right? Like anything that Dumbledore has split his soul into or whatever, like it's got to be pretty dark. Not something you would want to, like, in my mind, I guess I feel like the time should be spent right now figuring out how to destroy that, not looking for the next one. Because like we said earlier, okay, what if they stumble upon the next one right now? Okay, now we've got two that we don't know what to do with. I mean, I guess you could argue that like if you can find all of them and then destroy them all at once, you know, it's kind of a strategy game, I guess, but
there's no point in not just trying to get the next one.
Yeah.
We kind of answered some of my questions from this chapter already. I do want to ask you, where is the next Horcrux?
Godric's Hollow, probably. I think that's where they arrive right at the end of the chapter, right?
You're telling me you read the chapter title for the next chapter already?
No, I was listening, and I didn't get it paused quick enough before Jim Dale said, Chapter 16, Godric's Hollow.
Wow. So there's got to be a Horcrux.
I shut it off really quick.
Does this go along with your Harry is a Horcrux theory? Harry's born in Godric's Hollow. His parents are killed there. So that's why Voldemort would place one there?
Not really. Like, if Harry is the Horcrux, I guess maybe no. Like, he would knowingly try to lead Harry to Godric's Hollow, because like that's the location he would want Horcrux Harry to his final resting place to be if he decided to kill him.
I've always said Voldemort's really a romantic at heart, right? Poetic symmetry.
Right.
A lot of this chapter 2 is Grigorovich, what's going on with Grigorovich, and you sort of already posited that he has a Horcrux. That he has some deep connection to Voldemort, and so that's sort of what that's about. Hermione still, just every time, how many times in this book has Hermione been like, Harry, you were supposed to shut your mind so that these visions can't get in? And Harry's like, don't you remember? I'm bad at it. Are we just going to keep getting that? Is there going to be a payoff here?
I don't know, because I don't think Harry wants to, and I don't think he could if he wanted to. I mean, he sucked at occlumency. Not that he couldn't figure it out and get better if he really wanted to, but I don't think he really wants to. He wants to keep an eye on what Voldemort's doing, and in a season of feeling like hopeless right now where they don't know where to go next and they don't even know where their next meal is going to come from. They don't know how to destroy the one Horcrux they have. It's probably like the one thing Harry feels like they do have. Is like, well, I can at least keep tabs on what's going on with Voldemort through my weird, painful dreams.
I guess I should
He doesn't
ask.
want to let go of that.
I guess I should ask, who do you think this thief is? The title of the chapter, The Thief. Some dude jumps out of Grigorovich's window.
Because he's the one who took what Voldemort's trying to get out of Grigorovich.
It seems like it. Yeah, Voldemort goes into Grigorovich's mind to try to find something.
Yeah. My initial thought was Malfoy.
Oh. It describes him as blonde.
Kind of yeah, I think that's the only reason I thought that. But because I don't really know of any other blonde characters.
Yeah. Lucius.
Lucius doesn't have the guts to do that.
It's got to be someone with real balls, like Draco Malfoy.
But it says it was stolen years ago, right?
Yeah.
And I think Draco had more, as you say, balls back then than he probably does now.
Draco?
Like, he was more arrogant, and yeah, he was walking around like he was tough until he got into Voldemort's team, and then now he's like, what the heck did I do?
Trying to find the pages where it goes over this. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really specifically talk about what time frame we're looking at. It just says that it was back in Grigorovich's memories. So yeah, no reason it can't be Draco. I think I'm looking at the last text message here from the Howler. This has got to be Chad. It's definitely Chad. Okay. Put in a little extra research for the chicken wing debate. This is a picture. Can you see? Are we dealing with some bone-in wings and sweet potato fries?
Looks that way.
Yeah. He says, these are definitely worth the extra work and mess. So, and then it's just, it's just a GIF, and it says, just came across this GIF, thought you might enjoy, #mustache. And it's a GIF of Ron and Harry with mustaches. So.
I love that.
People keep sending us wings content, but what they need to be sending us is mustache content.
Yeah. More mustache content, please.
And Chad delivered, per usual. Okay, we're going to see if we can't. We're going to see if we can't add somebody to the Skype call here. Really quick. Have I said out loud who it is?
Yeah, you said it was Jess.
Okay, it's Jess.
Who's that girl? It's Jess.
Okay, it's probably this. Oh.
I probably need to be wrapping up by 8 if I don't want to be hated by my wife tonight, if that's all right.
No, that's fine. Okay, we're gonna add this person to the Skype call. We've got 15 more minutes of Braden. There it is. Hello.
Hey.
Hey. Oop.
Hey, Jess.
I thought I was getting
Hi,
some feedback,
Braden.
but we're good. It's Producer-Trix Jess. Yeah.
Oh, there I can see Jess. I couldn't see Jess.
How do I... You guys look at my Christmas tree. Isn't it super cute?
Got a nice little kind of
Rosemary?
Charlie Brown vibe going on.
When you do that, it makes it smell like rosemary.
Wow.
Very festive.
Essential oils.
Well, Jess, we are ready for Chapter 15, The Goblin's Revenge. Do you have any questions that you had for Braden? Anything you wanted to jump in with? What's your name, Hogwarts house, how you got into Harry Potter?
My name is Jessica.
Ooh.
I think that when Jeremy and I did the quiz, I think I'm Hufflepuff.
Okay, I can see that.
Which is like, I feel like that's accepting of people.
Yeah, that's true.
We learned from our previous caller, Jess, that it's actually said Hufflepuff Puff Pass. So if you could just say that's what you are, that'd be great.
Hufflepuff Puff Pass.
There it is.
Yeah.
Let's save that soundbite, Jeremy.
I got into Harry Potter because he's into Harry Potter and we started doing this podcast. But I don't know that I'm really into it. Like, I'm not Rogge into it. I'm like, I need to be relevant so that I can have something good to say.
You're like, yeah, I'm here, but like, do I like the content of this podcast? Like, I mean, I could take it or leave it. I like Rogge mostly.
Enjoy the content. And sometimes I'm like, okay, this is too sportsy.
So you like the Harry Potter, it's just the sports.
Bad take.
It is pretty sportsy.
But I did text Rogge because I was trying to listen to the episode you guys did last week or whatever. And Jose, what's his name? The soccer coach?
Mourinho.
Yes, you guys were talking about that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I know something about him. He's on the Netflix docuseries, The Coach's Playbook, and he talks about how like his dream was to coach the 3 major championships in Europe. So I just am really proud that I was able to connect that.
Yeah, I'm proud of that too. That's good.
So for those of you that don't know, Jess is a coach, much as I coached 8th grade football for 1 year. Actually, not even much as. Jess is more of a real coach than that. What do you coach, Jess?
Basketball, girls basketball. So for the last 3 years, it was junior high basketball, and this year it is varsity basketball. I'm assistant coaching. I feel like I should clarify. This means, by the way, never played basketball, 5 foot nothing over here. So, I wasn't really the greatest candidate for the team. But my strengths are not in demonstrating basketball moves. My strengths lie in pointing out what you're doing wrong. But in a very loving, caring way.
Yeah, I would imagine for a girls' basketball team, you're not just screaming at them, telling them to run suicides and stuff. It's got to be, you have to like build them up, and like it's a lot of working on like camaraderie and teamliness and those kinds of things. Yeah, confidence. Okay.
Yes, it's a big one. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. I like the basketball part. It's opened my eyes to things I didn't realize in basketball were super cool. So I enjoy that, but I mostly like I like investing in the girls and then seeing them get something right or growing. Like, this is super exciting. And I didn't have to have a kid to do it.
Could have, though. Still could, honestly. So should we go to a Pacers game as a group and just for you to like just break down the X's and O's? Like, okay, so they're running like a horn set here, and then you got floppy action on the weak side, and so that's why the help defender's rotating over.
If I went to a game, you would probably hear me say his shot form is terrible for a free throw. And you'd be like, it's a free throw. And I'd be like, the shot form is the same. You just have to do the right thing.
You know who else is really into NBA players shooting free throws? Gail Merriman. Growing up, anytime we watched, I mean, it could be Reggie Miller, anybody that misses a free throw. It can be Shaq. Doesn't matter. They're free throws. It's in the name. And be like, you can't make 100% of them, Mom. You should be able to. They're getting paid $1 million. They should be able to. It was so in my mind, that's a very mom take.
Try.
I think they're all trying.
No, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder.
More of them should shoot underhand, so that's a good point.
I do think some of them approach free throws. Some professional players approach free throws of like, this isn't what I get paid to do.
I mean, I think you get 4 points, right?
No, I mean, yes, but guys like
a Dale Davis.
Yeah, or I'm thinking about like Ben Wallace and the Pistons, like
Sure.
Pistons heyday. Like he's like, I don't do this. I block shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. He's not going to put in the time.
Well, okay, so that is something I totally understand, because if I continue to do the coaching thing, I've thought like maybe I should get like maybe I should like get some basic things under control. Like maybe I should be able to dribble pretty well. Maybe I should like nail like 80% of the layups I try. And then I decided, you know what? That's just not where my strengths are. And I don't have the time to invest in that when it's, you know what I mean?
No,
so I get that
I'm all the way back in. We now have to do a 3-on-3 Muggles Perspective basketball game. Okay. Hannah and Rachel are captains. The question is, does Jess get picked over me?
Yes, you're tall. Like you have a dead advantage right there.
Yeah, but you're a basketball coach.
Which, I mean, what is that? What did Jack Black say? Like those who can't do teach, and those who can't teach Jim.
Yikes. Those who can teach, okay.
You see that?
Mm-mm.
Really?
I can't hear you.
You didn't see the movie School of Rock?
Oh, no, I have not, no.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, love School of Rock.
He says that in there. But, yeah, anyways, you would get picked over me because you have a clear advantage with the height. You don't even have to be good. You can just grab the ball out of the air.
Yeah, I'm familiar. I've played a lot of pickup basketball.
But you kind of were like...
3-on-3 pool basketball.
No, I'm not winning that either.
At that point, you can just throw Hannah at the hoop for her to dunk it.
Rogge gets really aggressive really fast with like pool sports. So
talking about
I
pool
don't know
frisbee.
I don't know how into that I would be.
You'd be into it. So we've got a Harry Potter chapter that we're reading here. Did you want to ask Braden a question about a magical item that was introduced a little bit earlier in the book?
Yes, I did. Braden, Hermione's beaded bag. Does that bring up any like deja vu for you regarding
Mary Poppins.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, just making
Yes.
sure.
Absolutely. My mom is that's Mary Poppins is like my mom's spirit animal. And so yeah, somewhere she is smiling right now that I made that connection. So in Darlington, Indiana, is that somewhere? That's where she is. But
somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I almost thought, did she pass and I didn't realize this?
Yeah, I said that weird. No, that didn't happen. Actually, she went to Disney really recently, which, some people would frown upon. But it was her 50th birthday, and she was like, I'm going to Disney. So, you're one of those guys. You judging right now?
Your mom is like a generation younger than my parents. That's wild. My parents turned 50 so long ago.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're quite a bit younger than Anna's parents, too.
I'm laughing because my parents turned 50, like, I'm like the next generation back.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty close. So this chapter is called The Goblin's Revenge. Much of this chapter takes place via extendable ears. I did have a question. Jess, did you end up reading the chapter? I'm not sure how familiar you got with it.
No.
That's fine. In this chapter, this is the chapter where they start really wearing the locket all the time, and they're like passing it back and forth. Why are they, especially Harry, so insistent that it has to be worn? You can't just hang it on the bedpost, and that's the place it always is. You have to wear it all the time. What's up with that?
What's up with that? What's up with that? Are you asking me or Jess?
Either one. You read the chapter, so.
I mean, I think simply it's like for fear of. I mean, we've lost stuff. We've not taken very good care of stuff throughout this story.
I hear you, but you can talk about the invisibility cloak.
Yeah. What else would I be talking about?
But they're not going anywhere. I mean, they're traveling, but they basically live 99% of their lives inside this tent.
But they're in the woods, Like it's easy to lose stuff in the woods.
Are they? They're not hiking though. They're not traipsing. They're going from woods to woods and just replacing the tent.
I don't know.
I have a thought on this one.
Okay. Shoot.
It's a magical item,
Uh-huh.
right? How do we know it's not just going to like magically roll out the door of the tent?
Little mind of its own action.
Yeah. I mean, if it's around somebody's neck, you'd feel the pull.
Okay. Do you...
And I think Harry kind of set the tone with it to start with, because doesn't it talk about how when he has it on, he can almost feel it, like the heartbeat inside it?
Yes. But it doesn't sync up with his. It's asynchronous.
Yeah. And I don't think it's really explained, but I feel like it's kind of implied in that it's like a connection thing. He's like, I don't know, this needs to be close to me. Or close to someone.
So why would Harry feel like he needs to be close to a Horcrux? You say there's some kind of inherent like magnetic draw?
Because he is a Horcrux.
Oh yeah, that's Braden's new theory. Jess, Harry's a Horcrux.
Do.
I have a drop for that. I know my drops.
What do we know? Tell me, because I didn't listen to the last episode. What do we know about Horcruxes? Braden,
I didn't
what do we
listen to the
know?
last book. Can we just recap quickly? Well, I skipped out on the
What's
sixth
a
book.
Harry Potter?
Is this one of those wand things?
A Horcrux is basically when you murder someone in the wizarding world, you then are capable of splitting your soul. So you, upon murdering or committing murder, you can then cast a spell that allows you to put said split piece of your soul into an item, or methinks a person. So that's kind of like Voldemort. And the rule of thumb is that you can feasibly do it up to like 7 times, right? That's like the limit of a soul.
The rule of thumb is that no one before Voldemort had ever tried to split their soul more than once.
He's presumably done it.
Oh, wait, who did it first?
I don't know, John Horcrux back in like the year 1215.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not
it's
relevant.
it's an old-timey thing, yeah. So no one had ever tried. I mean, a bunch of people have died like while making their first one, right? But Voldemort is like extra evil. He's an extra skilled wizard. So he has managed to make, the theory is up to 6, because that would mean his soul is then in 7 parts, because there's still a little bit within himself. Because he suggested to a teacher, well, why wouldn't you just make 6? That would make 7 the most powerfully magical number. And the teacher was like, really? You're gonna kill 6 people?
He's like, yeah, no big deal.
And just no big deal to him. So Hermione is like, he's, there's no firm research on this, but he's got to be pushing it. You can only split your soul so many more times. It's very unstable. So.
Okay, sorry, I digressed.
No, you're fine. A big part of this chapter is there's some dudes that are just hiding in the same forest and also happen to be wizards. And so we're listening in on them. We get some news, and we're not going to hit on all of it necessarily, but there's a lot of Sword of Gryffindor talk. Some goblins think that the Sword of Gryffindor, they made a fake version of it. And Snape thinks he has the real version, but he has a fake version. So my question for you guys is, why is the Sword of Gryffindor so important, and where is it?
Sword of Gryffindor is important because you can destroy Horcruxes with it.
Ooh. That has been a big thing we've been wondering. Why is it, what makes it different that lets you do that?
It's made of adamantium.
Yes.
Brought it around to Hugh Jackman that quickly.
That's my shirt, by the way. You can't see it very well, but it's the man, the music, the show from the Hugh Jackman show. I didn't even do that on purpose.
Jess's whole wardrobe is just Hugh Jackman. Shirts. I'm getting really bad feedback. Are you guys hearing this? I don't like it. Oh.
Well, it's gone, so...
No, it's back. Wait.
I don't hear it.
I wonder if it's me because I just unmuted and now I'm going to mute.
I didn't hear it and then I heard it again. Okay, now unmute.
Unmuted.
Okay, let's see if we can still hear the feedback.
Don't hear any feedback at the moment. I think we have to speak in a British accent, and that would help. It seemed to go away once we started doing that.
No, I'm right chuffed about that. That's not going to be a problem. Yeah, so I was hoping that you guys could give me some sort of theory as to where, in what part of the country is the sword going to be inside of a pram or the tube? Do you think we could have put the sword in another British word like a crumpet, or in a lock with an S, or a monster, something like that?
Well, where was it the
Godric's
last?
Hollow.
Ooh.
Last time we saw it, it was in the cabinet in Dumbledore's office, which is now Snape's office. Spoiler alert if you haven't read the first 15 chapters. And then Snape went to put it in a vault in Gringotts, and the goblins are like, "Joke's on you, that's a fake one," but didn't tell him because he's a jerk. Why Godric's Hollow, Braden?
Because that's where we go next.
Godric
In the book.
Gryffindor?
Yes. It's in the hollow there. There's a cave where Godric used to keep all his stuff.
His swords.
His sword cave. Back then they didn't have man caves, they had sword caves. And that's where Gryffindor's sword is.
Okay, that's believable.
This is dripping with confidence as
Yeah.
I say it, that this is a
Sword cave.
pretty
I
rock
think-
solid theory.
The cave is miles below the hollow.
Yikes.
Yes.
So you have to go to Harry's parents' graves and just dig until you get to a cave.
Just keep on digging.
Just push past it.
I do think it's at Godric's Hollow, though.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I can see why you would think that. Last question here for this chapter. Should we tell Jess what happens at the end? That's going to surprise and dismay her.
Yes. We should tell her.
Yeah. What should we tell her?
We should tell her that Ron leaves. Ron decides to leave.
Just bails on the squad.
Yeah, he can't take it anymore. Him and Harry get in a real serious fight. And Ron basically calls him out for not having a plan. And Harry's like, "What kind of plan do you expect me to have? It's a freaking Horcrux." And Ron's like, "I don't know. I'm hungry. I'm out."
Should we really quick do a live read of the Harry Ron fight, or do we not have time for that? It's on page 306.
Okay.
We're just gonna do the dialogue, okay? We're gonna skip the description, just the dialogue. Do you want to be Harry or Ron, Jess, or do you want us to do it?
You guys have to do it because I don't have a book and my iPad's across the room.
Okay, I'll be Ron. Oh, remembered me, have you?
What?
You two carry on. Don't let me spoil your fun.
Hey, what's the problem?
Oh, problem? There's no problem. Not according to you, anyway.
You've obviously got a problem. Spit it out.
All right, I'll spit it out. Don't expect me to skip up and down the tent just because there's some other damn thing we've got to find. Just add it to the list of stuff you don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's not like I'm having the time of my life here, you know, with my arm mangled and nothing to eat and freezing my backside off every night and nothing to eat. I just hope you know, if we've been running around a few weeks, starving, we'd have achieved something. Oh,
Okay, Jess, you have to be Hermione here. You just say Ron exasperatively.
Ron.
I thought you knew what we'd signed up for.
yeah, I thought I did too.
So what part of it is living up to your expectations? Sorry. Do you think we'd be staying in 5-star hotels? Finding a Horcrux every other day? Did you think we'd be back to Mummy by Christmas?
We thought you knew what you were doing. We thought Dumbledore had told you what to do. We thought you had a real plan.
It's you again, Jess. Ron exasperatively.
Ron!
Well, I'm sorry to let you down. Dang it. These, like, complex... Yeah, okay. I'll just start again from the top here. Well, I'm sorry to have let you down. I've been straight with you from the start. I told you everything Dumbledore told me. And in case you haven't noticed, we found one Horcrux.
Yeah, and we're about as near to getting rid of it as we are to finding the rest of them. Nowhere effing near, in other words. Take off the locket, Ron.
Jess?
Please.
Take off the locket, Ron.
Please, take it off.
Please take it off.
You wouldn't be talking like this if you hadn't been wearing it all day. I'm not repeating that. Just say what you remember.
I wouldn't be talking. You wouldn't be talking like this if you hadn't been wearing it all day.
That's nice.
Yeah, he would. Do you think I haven't noticed the two of you whispering behind my back? Do you think I didn't guess you were thinking this stuff?
Harry, we weren't.
Harry, we weren't.
Don't lie! You said it too. You said you were disappointed. You said you thought that he had a bit more to go on. That I didn't say it like that. Harry, I didn't.
I didn't say it like that, Harry. I didn't.
So why are you still here?
Search me!
Well, go home then.
Yeah, maybe I will. Didn't you hear what they said about my sister? But you don't give a rat's fart, do you? Do you? Do you? It's a forbidden forest. Harry, I've faced worse Potter. Doesn't care what happens to her in here. Well, I do, all right? Giant spiders and mental stuff.
Is this Harry in between?
Yeah.
I was only saying she was with the others. They were with Hagrid.
Yeah, I get it. You don't care. Okay. And what about the rest of my family? The Weasleys don't need another kid injured. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
Oh, not bothered what it meant, though. I'm just Nellie from The Office. Ron! Okay, there's a bunch of Hermione stuff. We're not saying all of that. Oh, you're sure, all right. Well, I won't bother myself about them. It's all right for you, isn't it, with your parents safely out of the way?
My parents are dead!
And mine could be going the same way.
Then go! Go back to them. Pretend you've got your own spattergroit and Mummy will be able to feed you up.
Protego!
Leave the Horcrux.
What are you doing? What do you mean? Are you staying or what? Yes, I'm staying. Ron, we said we'd go with Harry. We said we'd help. I get it. You choose him. Ron, no, please. Come back. He's gone. Disapparated.
And scene.
Thank you for listening to Chapter 15 of Muggle's Perspective with us. Thank you to my guests. Producer Jess did a great job playing Hermione, mostly. Thank you to Braden. Did a great job figuring out how dialogue works in novel form. Thank you to producer Jeremy. He's wearing a hoodie. Looks like he's a little cold.
He's
doing a great job. Yeah, he's posting up for sure. Here, give me just a second here. We're gonna do a quick. Just gonna kind of get this going. So we really appreciate you guys listening. We'd love to hear from you. We heard from what's his name, Joel in northeastern Ohio. Shout out Joel. Shout out Chad for texting us. Jess, what's the number for the Howler? Do you know it? Just throw out some numbers. Maybe they'll be close.
978-768-8370.
Okay, now you repeat it.
That was really good, Jess.
Did you come on? Got higher and higher. 9, 7, 8, 7, 6, 8. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, rate us 5 stars, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Don't support the Patreon. We don't do that anymore. Shout out Cooper. Shout out Freshetta. Jess, any closing thoughts? How's that? Impossible to say what you're saying. No, I can't hear you. You muted yourself. This has been a Muggle's Perspective. Braden's posting up. Hannah's mad. It's past 8. Might as well milk it. Yep. Raise the roof. Yes, Jess. You're almost there. How do I record video? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I figured out how to record video and it was too late.